Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a client who reached out to me on Facebook. We got a full interior and exterior on this Honda Accord. She said it needs a lot of work, it's disgusting. She smokes in the vehicle, so her windows kind of have some film built up on it. And yeah, once she saw our work, she said, well, I'm not gonna be looking any further for a detail. So she's super excited about the service today, and we're excited to be able to take care of her. So tune in, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks as well. All right guys, so in your training process, you see Sal back here talking to the clients. That's one of the first things I taught him, was how to communicate with a potential client. So when we have people while we're working coming up, I'm not always having to come away from the vehicle. I taught him all the services, how to communicate them, and how to kind of close the sale within the first week of detailing of his training, so he's able to take care of that while I'm still working. All right guys, also when you're scaling up and you start hiring people, another thing to keep into mind also is you're gonna start needing two of everything, two of the most used items that you're gonna be that you work with. Right now Sal has an exfoliating pad in his hand, he's doing the leather, and he also has a bottle of Express Interior Cleaner. So he's doing the leather. While he's doing all the leather surfaces, I'm gonna be doing the door panels also. But I also have Express Interior Cleaner and my exfoliating pad. So if we only had one of each, we would be standing around waiting for one another, or I'd have to do something else. We're trying to knock this interior out as fast as possible. So we both have these, so we're moving twice as fast. The client has already let me know that she's a smoker in the vehicle. This helps me a lot because I'm able to kind of approach things a little bit differently. So here, if you notice, you're gonna have a lot more buildup. You know, it's a newer vehicle, but you can see the browning in here of how deep this is. A lot of this is caused by tar and, you know, just holding the cigarettes, or, you know, whatever it is they're smoking. And I kind of let it dwell a little bit longer than I would, just so it could actually penetrate and break through the grime. Otherwise, if I were just to spray it on, I would probably have to go over a few more times. We probably are still gonna go over it twice and then do the steam, but I'm spraying it on a little bit more liberally, and then I'm letting it dwell a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna go through scrub, then I'll blow it out, then I'll do the process one more time, and then I'll go over with the steam. Just knowing that it's a smoker's vehicle and she wants it to be, you know, she wants it to be freshened up, you kind of have to go a little bit deeper and exfoliate a little bit more and let the interior cleaner do its job. All right guys, so I've exfoliated this leather here. I've gone over it one pass and I did the wipe down. Here's a great tip for all these edges. So the seat looks clean right now, right? Looks good. You know, you hand it over to the customer, everything's looking good. But check this out. You have a line right here of just grime. So make sure that you're going through, pushing this back and just getting that line out. Because as soon as somebody sits down and they put pressure here, it lifts up, and then you're gonna see that grime just kind of resurface to the top. So just a quick little tip right there, just kind of, and it only takes a second. Just get your finger through there, wipe it, done. So what I'm doing here is I'm not doing this to clean. I'm doing this just to release the odor within the fibers. What the steam is going to do is going to go into the fibers that are weaved together, and it's going to release the odors that are trapped in between each fibers. because the fibers are weaved together. So they're not quite airtight, but they're pretty tight. So you obviously can't get through it with the towel by scrubbing. So the steam allows to get within. You're able to go in between, and then it releases the odors and the particles that are causing any kind of odor or unpleasant smells in the vehicle. So that's all I'm doing is loosening up. I'm not staying on any particular area for a long amount of time. I don't want to have too much moisture, and I don't want to have too much heat exposed to the surface of the headliner, because we all know that could cause the glue to detach from the surface, and then the adhesive starts to remove, and then you start to get the saggy top. So we don't want to do that to the headliner. All right, guys. So right now, since we finished the steaming process, so we exfoliated and steamed the leather. A lot of you have been asking me, what do I do for a protectant or a conditioner as far as on the leather surfaces once I finish up the exfoliation process? So what I use is the Double Black collection from PNS, leather treatment and conditioning protectant. So this is actually going to help. It's going to have UV inhibitors. It's also going to help moisturize the leather, so if it's cracked, dry, dehydrated, it's actually going to help it hydrate. It has a wonderful smell. I'm going to show you how you can apply it. You can either use a microfiber towel or an applicator pad, and you're actually going to apply it to your desired sheen. If you want it to have a little bit more gloss, or you want it to have a factory finish, you're able to control that by the volume that you're actually applying to the surface itself. So for me, I like to leave a factory finish, so I'm going to show you how I apply it. I have a clean microfiber towel here. I'm just going to apply a couple of dots. Any kind of lotion type of leather treatment, you want to be careful also and do very, very lightly if you're hitting the perforated areas, because it can clog these. So what I do is I will dab it into my towel and then slowly massage it in. I'm working it in. This leather doesn't seem to be super dry, but we just want to get it nice and hydrated, since we did stress it. We didn't stress it too much, but we did expose steam to it, and we did exfoliate it. So now I'm just gonna go and dry it down, and now you have a leather exfoliated, steam cleaned, and protected and treated. This is gonna be linked in the description below. Highly recommended. I have a little brush here. So as I was doing the leather treatment, I finished up the leather treatment already, and I realized that we missed a spot along the edge here. There's this metal piece, and in between, you can see there's some stuff here. I missed it with the steamer. Steamer would have been great to get it out, but I have this small brush here, and this was ordered from Detailed Image as well. Link is below for Detailed Image with the 10% coupon code. So I'm just gonna go in here and hit this edge really easily. Real light, nothing crazy. Now you got a clean edge. This is a stiffer brush, so it's gonna have a little bit more, a little bit more oomph to it when you're trying to get certain areas. But great little tool. You can use this tool to get in between these little areas here. If you don't have compressed air, this is also great to get these edges out here. This is what I used when I first started out. I would get these edges here, knock that stuff out. Even these guys here. These little brushes are great to have. You can get around seat belts really good, underneath the seats, all the crevices, because a lot of detail brushes tend to be a little bit long and they're not as stiff. This guy is great for getting those hard to reach places. Alright guys, so I'm going to do the one-step polish now. So for this vehicle, we're going to use HD Speed by 3D. This is a great polish for all-in-one. It's going to have a correction. It's going to have some correction in it. It's going to have some fillers. It's going to leave behind gloss. and it's going to leave behind protection. I recommend this if you're just starting out as a detailer. You shouldn't be using anything more abrasive than this here. If you're looking for a cleaner wax with a polish in it, this is the guy you want. This is a easy to use, easy, long working time, which means it stays lubricated on the surface for a long amount of time. And then also it's able, you can use it in direct sunlight. It doesn't, I never recommend polishing in direct sunlight, but as a mobile detailer, you have to make exceptions here and there. This is a great one for you. Obviously you're gonna do panel by panel. Today, I'm just gonna do one quick polish around the surface. This is more of a cosmetic polish. I'm not doing it for any type of correction. I'm just doing it to make it pop and to give it a little bit of protection. And then we're gonna top it with bead maker. We're gonna finish up the windows, and then it's gonna be a wrap. I'm pairing it with a medium cut pad. It's not gonna be abrasive. It's not gonna be anything that's going to tear the paint up in any way. It's not a wool pad. It's not gonna generate a lot of heat. So this combination here is gonna give me a good amount of, a little bit of correction, but it's gonna do what I'm really looking to achieve. Be careful, guys, in when pairing up your polishes with pads. Sometimes you can actually be inflicting more damage if you're using the wrong pad or you're using the wrong polish combination. There's so many out there. If you guys want me to go over different levels of abrasiveness and polishes and results and reviews from my experience with different combinations of pads, put it in the comments below and we can do a review. We could do a video just on polishes and how they, you know, what their qualities are, what the characteristics are, how to use them, when to use them, the circumstances they're good in, circumstances they may be bad in. If so, if that's something you're interested in, leave it in the comments below and we can get that set up for you guys. So let's get into it. We just wrapped up the Honda Accord. Really difficult windows. Yeah. A couple things that I wasn't expecting, but we got through it. Showed you guys a few tricks and tips on how to kind of cut down on some time when you're doing complimentary services here and there. So yeah, wrapped up in about 2.5 to 3 hours. So we're good to go. It's a pretty nice turnaround on the car. Customer's happy. We're happy. We got paid. She's super excited. We got another video for you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And then I also have a list of everything that we used today down in the description below with coupon codes.